Science and technology is a growing field in Pakistan and has played an important role in the country's development since its founding. Pakistan has a large pool of scientists, engineers, doctors, and technicians assuming an active role in science and technology. Liaquat Ali Khan, the first Prime Minister of Pakistan, made various reforms to initiate improvement in higher education and scientific research. Physics, material science, metallurgy, biology, chemistry, and mathematics are some of the fields in which Pakistani scientists have contributed. For the 1960s and onwards, the Pakistani government made the development and advancement of science a national priority and showered top scientists with honors. While the government has made efforts to make science a part of national development, there have been criticisms of federal policies, such as the government's dissolution of the Higher Education Commission of Pakistan, an administrative body that supervised research in science. In 2011, Pakistani scientists have won acclaim in mathematics and in several branches of physical science, notably theoretical and nuclear physics, chemistry, and astronomy. Professor Abdus Salam, a theoretical physicist, was the first and the only Pakistani to have won the Nobel Prize in Physics. Technology is most highly developed in nuclear physics and explosives engineering, where the arms race with India convinced policymakers to set aside sufficient resources for research. Due to a program directed by Munir Ahmad Khan and the Pakistan Atomic Energy Commission, Pakistan is the seventh nation to have developed an atomic bomb, which the global intelligence community believes it had done by 1983, 9 years after India. Pakistan first publicly tested its devices on 28 and 30 May 1998, 2 weeks after India carried out its own tests. Space exploration was hastily developed. In 1990, Pakistan launched Badr-1 followed by Badr-2 in 2001. Since the 1980s, the space program dedicated itself to military technologies and maintains a strong program developed for military applications. Pakistan is an associate member of CERN, one of the few countries to obtain that status. History. The Scientific and Technological Research Division was established in 1964 for coordination and implementation of national science and technology policy, promotion and coordination of research and utilization of the results of research, development, production and utilization of nuclear energy, and coordination of utilization of scientific and technological manpower. The division was administratively responsible for National Science Council, the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, the Atomic Energy Commission and the Space and Upper Atmospheric Research Committee. The Ministry of Science and Technology has been functioning since 1972. It is the national focal point and enabling arm of Government of Pakistan for planning, coordinating and directing efforts to initiate and launch scientific and technological programs and projects as per National Agenda for Sound and Sustainable Science and AMP Technology Research Base for the socio-economic development, for the areas of industrial development to renewable energy and rural development. The Ministry suggests technological development for higher growth rates and to improve standards of living. Its principal focus is on building Pakistan's technological competence and developing a larger pool of human resources to reverse brain drain, and for integrating the existing technological infrastructure for strengthening of technology institutions, effective governance of S&AMP-TR and enhancing the capacity of indigenous innovation systems. State-controlled science. Unlike some Western countries, the majority of the research programs are conducted not at the institutions but at specially set up research facilities and institutes. These institutes are performed under the government's Ministry of Science that overlooks the development and promotion of science in the country, while others are performed under the Pakistan Academy of Sciences, other specialized academies and even the research arms of various government ministries. At first, the core of fundamental science was the Pakistan Academy of Sciences, originally set up in 1953 and moved from Karachi to Islamabad in 1964. The Pakistan Academy of Sciences has a large percentage of researchers in the natural sciences, particularly physics. From 1947 to 1971, the research was being conducted independently with no government influence. The high-tension laboratories at the Government College University, Lahore was established by R. M. Chowdhury with funds given by the British government in the 1950s. In 1967, Professor Abdus Salam led the foundation of the Institute of Theoretical Physics at the Quaid-e-Azam University, and the establishment of the Pakistan Institute of Nuclear Science and Technology and the Center for Nuclear Studies, all were independently established by Pakistan's academic scientists with financial assistance provided by European countries. However, after Zulfikar Ali Bhutto became president, he took control of scientific research in 1972 as part of his intensified socialist reforms and policies. With advice taken from Dr. Mubashir Hassan, Bhutto established the Ministry of Science with Ishrat Hussain Usmani, a bureaucrat with a doctorate in atomic physics. During the 1950s and 1960s, both West Pakistan and East Pakistan had their own academies of science, with the East Pakistan relying on West Pakistan to allot the funds. Medical research is coordinated and funded by the Health Ministry, and agricultural research is led by Agriculture Ministry, and likewise, the research on environmental sciences is headed by the Environment Ministry. An aftermath of the 1971 Indo-Pakistan Winter War was that President Bhutto increased scientific funding by the government by more than 200%, mostly dedicated to military research and development. Bhutto, with the help of his science advisor Dr. Salam, gathered hundreds of Pakistani scientists working abroad to develop what became Pakistan's atom bomb. This crash program was directed at first by Dr. Abdus Salam until 1974, and then directed and led by Dr. Munir Ahmad Khan from 1974 until 1991. For the first time an effort was made by the government when Pakistan's citizens made advancements in nuclear physics, theoretical physics and mathematics. In the 1980s, General Muhammad Zia-ul-Haq radicalized science by enforcing pseudoscience by his Muslim fundamentalists as administrators in Pakistan's schools and universities. One of the premiers was Mirza Mahmud Qureshi, a physicist educated in the United Kingdom, and Sultan Bashir-ud-Din Mahmud, a nuclear engineer, also educated in the UK. They played a major role in radicalizing science in Pakistan. Zia-ul-Haq later promoted Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan to export the sensitive industrial technologies to Libya, Iran, and North Korea. Because of government control, academic research in Pakistan remains highly classified and unknown to the international scientific community. There have been several failed attempts made by foreign powers to infiltrate the country's research facilities to learn how much research has progressed and how much clandestine knowledge has been gained by Pakistan's scientists. One of the notable cases was in the 1970s, when the Libyan intelligence made an unsuccessful attempt to gain knowledge on critical aspects of nuclear technology, and crucial mathematical fast neutron calculations in theoretical physics. It was thwarted by the ISI Directorate for Joint Intelligence Technical. For the 1980s and onward, both Russian intelligence and the Central Intelligence Agency made several attempts to access Pakistan's research, but because of the ISI, they were unable to gain any information. For the period 1980 to 2004, research in science fell short until General Pervez Musharraf established the Higher Education Commission, which heightened the contribution of science and technology in Pakistan. Major research was undertaken by Pakistan's institutes in the field of natural sciences. In 2003, the Ministry of Science and Technology of the Government of Pakistan and the United States Department of State signed a comprehensive science and technology cooperation agreement that established a framework to increase cooperation in science, technology, engineering and education for mutual benefit and peaceful purposes between the science and education communities in both countries. In 2005, the United States Agency for International Development joined with the Ministry of Science and Technology and the Higher Education Commission of Pakistan to support the joint Pakistan-U.S. Science and Technology Cooperation Program. Beginning in 2008, the U.S. Department of State joined USAID as U.S. co-sponsor of the program. This program, which is being implemented by the National Academy of Sciences on the U.S. side, is intended to increase the strength and breadth of cooperation and linkages between Pakistan scientists and institutions with counterparts in the United States. However, with unfavorable situations, research declined. In 2011, the government dissolved the HEC and the control of education was taken over by governmental ministries. Scientific research institutions. A large part of research is conducted by science research institutes with semi-controlled by the government. HEJ Research Institute of Chemistry, National Center for Physics, National Eye Institute of Mathematics, PU Center for High Energy Physics, Institute of Space and Planetary Astrophysics, National Engineering and Scientific Commission, Pakistan Institute of Nuclear Science and Technology, Institute of Space Technology, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, Nuclear Institute for Agriculture and Biology, Nuclear Institute for Food and Agriculture, Technology Resource Mobilization Unit, Federal Bureau of Statistics, Mathematics Statistical Division. Notable scientists. Nobel Prize Abdus Salam, winner of the Nobel Prize in Physics for his electroweak theory that combines weak nuclear force and electromagnetic forces. Dr. Abdus Salam is the most highly decorated scientist of Pakistan, honored with most state awards including the Satara-e-Pakistan in 1959. UNESCO Science Prize Ata-ur Rahman, winner of the UNESCO Science Prize for pioneering contributions in natural product chemistry in 1999. He is the first scientist from the Islamic world to have won this prize. Albert Einstein Award. Riazuddin, winner of Einstein Award for his contribution in theoretical physics, notably the contribution in neutrinos. Riazuddin, pupil student of Salam, remains the most state-decorated scientist of Pakistan with receiving state honors and international prizes, second to Abdus Salam. Mujahid Kamran, winner of Einstein Award for the leading research in quantum mechanics. Order of Excellence. Scientists who are awarded the highest hierarchy of Pakistan, the Nishan-e-Imtiaz. Rafi Muhammad Chowdhury, honored in 1998 for his contribution in the advancement of nuclear physics. Abdus Salam, honored in 1979 for outstanding contribution in developing the Pakistan science. Ishfaq Ahmed, honored with Nishan-e-Imtiaz for his contribution in nuclear physics. Abdul Qadir Khan, honored twice for developing the gas centrifuge program. Riazuddin, awarded and honored for his contribution to theoretical physics. Atta Rahman, honored in 2002 for his edge-leading research in natural product chemistry. Samo Mubarakmand, honored in 2003 for the contribution in the space program and accelerator physics. Ishrat Hussain Usmani, honored in 1998 for his enhancing the science in Pakistan. Munir Ahmad Khan, honored in 2012 for his contribution to physics and nuclear engineering in Pakistan. Order of Crescent. Scientists who conferred with second highest honored, the Hilal-i-Imtiaz. Munir Ahmad Khan, honored in 1989 for building Pakistan's nuclear fuel cycle program. Tasneem M. Shah, honored in 1998 for leading research in mathematics and pioneering an instrumental research computational fluid dynamics at Dr. A. Q. Khan Research Laboratories. Atta Rahman, honored in 1998 for pioneering contributions in natural product chemistry. Asghar Qadir, honored in 2008 for his international research in mathematics and pioneering research in mathematical science at the Pakistan Atomic Energy Commission. Saleh Muzamman Siddiqui, honored in 1980 for his leading research in medical chemistry. National prizes. The most prestigious government prize awarded for achievements in science and technology is Nishan-e-Imtiaz, while Hilal-i-Imtiaz, Sitara-i-Imtiaz, and Tamga-e-Imtiaz occupies a unique role and importance in Pakistan's civil society. Achievements. In 1961, international achievements first recorded in 1961 when Pakistan became the third Asian country and 10th in the world when the Ray-Bar-I, a solid-fuel expandable rocket, was launched from Sunmani spaceport. The Ray-Bar-I was developed and launched under the leadership of Dr. W.J. M. Turevich, a Polish-Pakistani scientist and then project director of this program. Since then, the program began taking flights which continued until the 1970s. A major breakthrough occurred in 1979 when the Nobel Prize Committee awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics to Abdus Salam for formulating the electroweak theory, a theory that provides the basis of unification of weak nuclear force and electromagnetic force. In 1990, the Space and Upper Atmosphere Research Commission launched the first and locally designed communications satellite, Bada-1, from Xichang Satellite Launch Center of the People's Republic of China. With the launch, Pakistan became the first Muslim-majority country to have developed an artificial robotic satellite, and was the second South Asian state to have launched its satellite, second to India. One of the widely reported achievements was in 1998 when the country joined the Nuclear Club. In response to India's nuclear tests on the 11th of May and the 13th of May 1998 under codename Operation Shakti, in the long-constructed Pokhran test range, under Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, the Pakistan Atomic Energy Commission conducted 5 simultaneous tests at the Chagai Hills under codename Chagai-I on the 28th of May 1998. PAEC carried out another test in the Kharan Desert, under Chagai-II, meaning it had tested 6 devices in under 1 week. With the testing of these atomic devices, Pakistan became the 7th nuclear power in the world, and the only Muslim-majority country to have mastered the technology. On the 13th of August 2011, SUPARCO launched its first indigenously developed geosynchronous satellite, PAKSAT-1R, also from XLSC in China. Information technology. As of 2011, Pakistan has over 20 million Internet users and is ranked as one of the top countries that have registered a high growth rate in Internet penetration. Overall, it has the 15th largest population of Internet users in the world. In the fiscal year 2012-2013, the government of Pakistan aims to spend 4.6 billion rupees on information technology projects, with emphasis on e-government, human resource and infrastructure development. The rapid progress made by Pakistan in the IT and telecom sector during 2000 to 2002, under Professor Atta Rahman as federal minister, led to the spread of Internet from 29 cities in the year 2000 to 1,000 cities, towns and villages by 2002, and the spread of fiber from 40 cities to 400 cities in this period. The Internet prices were reduced sharply from $87,000 per month for a 2 megabytes line to only $3,000 per month and later to $90 per month. The mobile telephony boom began by the drastic lowering of prices, bringing in of competition and changing the system so that the person receiving a call was no longer required to pay any charges. A satellite was placed in space at a cost of only $4 million. These changes in the IT infrastructure proved invaluable for the higher education sector. Pakistan Educational Research Network was set up in 2004, through which one of the finest digital libraries was established in universities. In 2002, few university libraries could subscribe to a handful of journals. Today, every student in every public sector university has free access to over 20,000 international journals with back volumes and over 60,000 books from 250 international publishers. Pakistan's information technology industry has gone through a dramatic change, and the country has taken the lead in adopting some technologies while also setting an example for others in global best practices. Matters relating to the IT industry are overseen and regulated by the Ministry of Information Technology of the Government of Pakistan. The IT industry is regarded as a successful sector of Pakistan economically, even during the financial crisis. The government of Pakistan has given numerous favors to IT investors in the country since the last decade, that resulted in the development of the IT sector. In the years 2003 to 2005, the country's IT exports saw a rise of about 50% and amounted a total of about $48.5 million United States dollars. The World Economic Forum, assessing the development of information and communication technology in the country, ranked Pakistan 102nd among 144 countries in the Global Information Technology Report of 2012. Golden Age of Science. Pakistan is the home of Dr. Abdus Salam, the first Pakistani winner of the Nobel Prize in Physics. Salam was the father of scientific research in Pakistan. Under the watchful direction of Salam, mathematicians and physicists tackled the greatest and outstanding problems in physics and mathematics. From 1960 to 1974, Salam was responsible for leading the research at its maximum point. This prompted the international recognition of Pakistani mathematicians and physicists, allowing them to conduct the research at CERN. Salam and his students revolutionized particle and theoretical physics, are thought to be modern pioneers of particle physics at all aspects of it. Pure research was undertaken in quantum electrodynamics, quantum field theory, protonic decay, and major fields in physics were pioneered by Pakistan's scientists. With the establishment of nuclear and neutron institutes in the country, Pakistan's mathematicians introduced complex mathematical applications to study and examine the behaviors of elements during the fission process. Saleh Muzaman Siddiqui, Atta Rahman and Iqbal Chowdhury are the pioneering personalities for studying the isolation of unique chemical compounds from the neem. Rauwolfia, and various other plants. The 1960s and the 1970s period is regarded as the rise of Pakistan's science, which gained an international reputation in the different science communities of the world. During this period, scientists contributed to the fields of particularly theoretical, particle, mathematical, and nuclear physics, and other major and subfields of physics. The research was preceded by such physicists as Riazuddin, Ishfaq Ahmed, Pervez Hudbhoy, and Samar Mubarak Mind. International praise. Since the Higher Education Commission reforms have been carried out in 2002, HEC has received praise from international higher education observers. Rahman, founding chairman of HEC, has received a number of international awards for the transformation of the higher education sector under his leadership. German academic drive. Wolfgang Voelter of Tübingen University in Germany overviewed the performance of HEC under the leadership of Rahman and described the reforms in HEC as a miracle happened. Quote, after teaching and visiting in 15 universities of Pakistan, Voelter wrote that the scenario of education, science and technology in Pakistan has changed dramatically as never before in the history of the country. The chairperson of the Senate Standing Committee on Education recently announced the first 6 years of HEC under Rahman as Pakistan's golden period in higher education. American academic professor Fred M. Hayward has also praised the reform process undertaken by Pakistan, admitting that since 2002 a number of extraordinary changes have taken place. Hayward pointed out that over the last 6 years almost 4,000 scholars have participated in PhD programs in Pakistan, in which more than 600 students have studied in foreign PhD programs. The HEC instituted major upgrades for scientific laboratories, rehabilitating existing educational facilities, expanding the research support, and overseeing the development of one of the best digital libraries in the region, seeking to meeting the international standard. A quality assurance and accreditation process was also established, of which, till to 95% of students sent abroad for training returned, an unusually high result for a developing country in response to improved salaries and working conditions at universities, as well as bonding and strict follow-up by the Commission, Fulbright, and others. The HEC's reforms were also applauded by the United Nations Commission on Science and Technology for Development, which reported that the progress made was breathtaking and has put Pakistan ahead of comparable countries in numerous aspects. Quote, in limited time, the HEC established and provided free access to scientific literature by high-speed internet for all universities, the upgrade of research equipment accessible across the country, and the program of establishing new universities of science and technology, including science parks, attracted the foreign investors, proved the efficiency and the long-term benefits for the country enabled. The UNCSTD has closely monitored the development in Pakistan in the past years, coming to the conclusion that HEC's program initiated under the leadership of Rahman is a best practice example for developing countries aiming at building the human resources and establishing an innovative, technology-based economy. Rahman has won 4 international awards for the revolutionary changes in the higher education sector brought in the HEC. Nature, a leading science journal, has also written a number of editorials and articles about the transformation brought about in Pakistan in the higher education sector under the HEC. In an article entitled Pakistan Threat to Indian Science, published in the leading daily newspaper Hindustan Times, India, it has been reported that Professor C.N. Rao, chairman of the Indian Prime Minister's Scientific Advisory Council, made a presentation to the Indian Prime Minister of the rapid progress made by Pakistan in the higher education sector under the leadership of Rahman, Chairman, Higher Education Commission. It was reported that as a result of the reforms, Pakistan may soon join China in giving India serious competition in science. Science is a lucrative profession in Pakistan. It has tripled the salaries of its scientists in the last few years. Challenges. Pakistan has been known internationally for some of its major achievements in science and technology, such as successful development of media and military technologies and a growing base of doctors and engineers, as well as its new influx of software engineers who have been actively contributing to Pakistan's potential in the information technology industry. Due to present situation in Pakistan, around 3,000 Pakistani doctors emigrate to Western economies in search of suitable employment opportunities and hence contribute intellectually to the health sector of developed countries, and at the same time leaving the effects of a brain drain in Pakistan. Despite some progressive scientific achievements, Pervez Hudboy published a report on scientific output in Pakistan in which he pointed out that research and scientific activities are significantly lower than many other developing countries. Hudboy cites that Pakistan has produces far fewer papers than neighboring India. In terms of the number of published scientific research papers, together with the citations to them, Hudboy demonstrates that the output of Pakistan for physics papers over the period from the 1st of January 1997 to the 28th of February 2007, together with the total number of publications in all scientific fields, is substantially lower than China and the United States.